Okay, so did you know the Bible actually describes Lucifer as having originated in heaven as a powerful angel of light? Yeah, full of musical instruments, all that sort of stuff. In the book of Ezekiel, Lucifer is described as powerful, beautiful, and wise, but then according to the Bible, Lucifer became corrupted and then led a revolution in heaven against God. But why? Why did Lucifer revolt against God? Understanding Lucifer's motivation for starting the war in heaven is key to understanding how Lucifer and Jesus are the same. Well, we just proved that he isn't. They aren't. Just verified that they aren't. Okay, so why would Jesus wandering around in the desert, fasting, thirsty, etc., say, "Get behind me, Satan"? Is he talking to himself? Okay, possibly 40 days of no food and water. Do you see a chance of him hallucinating? But we don't know as a fact because we weren't there. Before we unravel the mystery of this war in heaven, let's take a closer look at the connection between Jesus and Lucifer and light, because the connection to light is critical, and Jesus himself claims to be the light of the world twice or more. Okay. I think it's in 1 John verse 1. John declares that, and then he claims it later on. Declares it later on. Okay. Don't forget this is coming from the book of Ezekiel, and they're using the New Testament to verify it's prophetic. Okay. And it relates to Christ when it probably doesn't. You have to check that out in your scriptures. Okay, John 8 verse 12. John 8 verse 12, look at that in the New International Version. Then Jesus spoke to them, it's probably his disciples or the people around him, saying, "I am the light of the world. He who follows me shall not walk in darkness, but have the light of life." He is the light of life. Okay. They'll walk, if they walk with him, they'll walk in spirit and in truth and in righteousness. The Pharisees therefore said to him, "You bear witness of yourself. Your witness is not true." Okay. You're all baloney. You're huff and puff and talking about yourself, elevating yourself to that status. Jesus answered and said to them, "Even if I bear witness of myself, my witness is true, for I know where I came from and where I am going. But you do not know where I come from and where I am going. You judge according to the flesh. He judges no one." Yeah, okay. So, they're using the eyes, the ears, and as men, they're judging everybody else. Okay. It's not according to scriptures, and he states there he didn't come to judge anyone. Okay, so that's John 8:12 in the New King James Version. We're going to look at the Aramaic NT, disciples NT for that verse. John 8:12. John 8:12. Just see what that original Galilean Aramaic translation actually says. Probably a vast difference, you'll notice. 8:12. This is after he said to the woman, "Where's your accusers?" "Not one, my Lord." They're not around, they're gone. Then Joshua said, "Neither do I put you down. Go, and from now on do not sin again." It's a commandment, right, that he stated. So then Joshua, or Jesus the Messiah, spoke to them again, the Pharisees, and said, or the people around him, the disciples, the people, etc., "I am the light of the universe. Whoever follows me shall not be driven by the darkness, except they," it's in parenthesis brackets because he's not too sure if that's the exact word, because sometimes these words don't have an English equivalent in that ancient Galilean Aramaic in the English. They don't have an English equivalent. "Shall attain for themselves the light of life." The Pharisees said to him, Joshua, or Jesus the Messiah, you are testifying on your own behalf. Your testimony is not true. You know, like you're like another man just saying, I'm this, I'm that, when you're actually not. You're full of huff, right? You're puffing yourself up in front of the people. Joshua, or Jesus the Messiah, replied and told them, even though I am testifying on my own behalf, my testimony is true, since I know from where I came and where I am going to. But you do not know from where I came and where I am going. You judge by physical appearances. Okay, they see him as a man, just a man. I do not judge a human being. And if I judge, my judgment is just or righteous, since I do not do it by myself, except myself and my Father who sent me. And in your law it is written that the testimony of two men is true. I am who is testifying about myself, and my Father who sent me testifies about me. It's in Scriptures. They said to him, where is your Father? Joshua replied and said, you neither know me nor my Father, for if you know me, you would also know my Father. Right. Looking at the footnotes of that. What's he verse? 8 verse 12. Verse 12. Where are we? Verse 12:1. Literal Aramaic idiom retained. All the people. 8. Let's say 11:2. Yeah. 8:12:1. Literal Aramaic idiom retained. All the people. 8:12:2. Literal Aramaic idiom. Be walked, rushed. Okay, so go have a look at that again to clear that up, because the footnote can be confusing to some, to most. Okay. Where are we? The Pharisees said to him, you are testifying on your own behalf. You're just a man telling a load of cauliflower, a load of rubbish. Okay, you're just a man born of a woman, etc., just like us. So your testimony is not true. So he replies and told him, even though I am testifying on my own behalf, my testimony is true. It's valid, since I know where I came from and where I'm going. But you do not know from where I came and where I am going to. Yeah, they don't know him, right? But you do not know from where I came and where I'm going. You judge by physical appearances. Okay. Yes, that's pretty clear, I guess. Yeah. So he's testifying. He's giving the testimony. Testimonies are considered the truth, right? They just don't believe him. Yeah, so they search through the scriptures looking for him. They don't see him, or they can't see him, or they keep looking through their scriptures, or going back through their mind or whatever, to verify he is the Messiah. And he's saying, you're looking for me in the scriptures, and I'm right in front of you. Here I am, look, over here, right in front of you. Even though the scriptures from Genesis 1 to Revelations constantly talks about him. Okay. And there's plenty more information here. It's clear that both Christ and Lucifer are light bringers and identified as a morning star, but a closer look at Isaiah 14 verse 12 reveals more critical information. Notice that Lucifer is also identified as the son of the dawn, or originated in heaven and was then cast down to earth. Okay, so let's have a look at Isaiah 14:12. Go way back in the Old Testament. 14:12. in this new NIV. Sorry, King James Version. Okay. Okay, we believe that it's actually talking about the city of Tyre and how powerful they were and righteous, evil, however it puts it. This is Isaiah 14:9. All the kings of the nations, they all shall speak and say to you, have you also become as weak as we? Have you become like us? Your pomp is brought down to Sheol, or the grave, and the sound of your stringing instruments, this is the grave bug, is spread under you, and worms cover you. How you are fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning, how you are cut down on the ground, you who weaken the nations. Okay, so it's like dual. It's a dual meaning. So obviously the Christians would point to that and say, well, that's Satan or Lucifer falling from heaven, the son of the morning, and why, and how he weakened the nations, right? Deceiving them, making them more powerful, etc., deceiving them for his purposes. And it states in 13, for you have said in your heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will also sit on the mount of the congregation, on the farthest sides of the north. I will ascend above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. Yet you shall be brought down to Sheol, or the grave, to the lowest depths of the pit, or the abyss. Those who see you will gaze at you and consider you, saying, is this the man who made the earth tremble, who shook kingdoms, who made the world as a wilderness, and destroyed its cities, who did not open the house of his prisoners, and so forth. So, as we said, there's plenty more information here. We'll be here forever to go through it. We will do that in part 2. So if you like this video so far, it's very informative to you, because we're trying to bring you the real truth, the whole truth, nothing but that truth, exposing all this hoo-ha, this fluff that people are claiming, who possibly haven't read the scriptures or the Bible, and taking things out of context because they don't fully understand it, not being of that spirit. Because remember, there's a scripture that God says, those who reject him, etc., he's given them over to the physical or the flesh, to their own devices, right? And that's why they become, evil sinners. They're under his wrath, under his curse, not under his blessings, and so forth. So if you like this video, I think it's very informative, subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up, a like, and then add your comments down below what you think of this, and share it with all your family and friends so they realise they might be being hoodwinked, that we're presenting them the truth, exposing all these naysayers, etc. Share it with them, family, friends, neighbours, etc. And we'll see you on part 2.